I got to tell you, every now and then I want to look at someone in the yoga room and be like, girl, you're crazy. But I can't. But let's look at why not. Ashtanga is often praised for being intense and disciplined, and it can be intense because discipline for many people is challenging. But for some, that very structure can become overwhelming and it stops being useful and becomes harmful. Anxiety, depression, trauma, they all inform how it is that we approach our practice, and they don't disappear magically when we step on the mat. I'm sorry to say. In fact, practice can sometimes amplify them. It is true. And if we want Ashtanga to be truly healing as a system, we need to recognize and adapt to the mental health realities of practitioners. And that, I mean, listen, if you're the cuckoo banana ones, listen, a functional system supports the whole person. The breath, the movement of Ashtanga, these are systems at play that can create a physiological change that are super helpful for the nervous system. And they can even blossom through adherence to the tradition. But sometimes a rigid adherence to the tradition when you're already burnt out, the hands-on assistance when you aren't like feeling good, fast pacing expectations of a daily practice that looks one way all the time, it can be too much. And if you've got enough going on, it can become triggering for uh, like a lot, frankly, total dysmorphic thinking. Modifications from practice, like adjustments, they aren't just about the body. We have to adjust to take care of our mental health because like it's about emotional safety for yourself and for those around you. Like, and I know this is ridiculous, but that means sometimes slowing down, sometimes it means speeding up. But being allowed to have permission to pause and assess what's going on in the present moment can allow for a more trauma informed appreciation in our own practices and in our own teachings. And it will not compromise our integrity at all. The challenge is shifting from a one size fits all approach that was really popularized in Ashtanga yoga once upon a time ago to being one that recognizes more individual needs. Our practice of Ashtanga isn't one that disregards mental well-being in the name of tradition. No, no, no. It's a check-in. It's a way to look in, and it allows you to adapt. Yeah, sometimes in a Western way, so that you can foster resilience through, you know, honesty about what is the self-awareness. It's going to lead to a long-term engagement with practice, and it has nothing to do with, you know, being crazy. All right. So jokes aside, where do we go from here? Well, one, we reframe Ashtanga as a tool for mental health, not a test of it. We cultivate spaces where students and practitioners feel empowered, not overly pressured. And if yoga, is gonna be a path to liberation, and I think it is, then it's gotta meet practitioners where they are. Like mind, body, and spirit. You've heard this stuff before. We don't want to hurt anyone's heart, heads, elbows, shoulders, none of that. And that shift starts with us.